The only thing that seems immune to the current load shedding exercise is the utility bill. Customers say they expect their electricity bills to reduce due to the exercise, but they pay the same amount and even more, although access to power is being rationed. A schedule released by the ECG gives 12 hours of access to electricity and 24 hours off the grid.
Since the year 2012, Ghanaians have to battle with erratic power supply as a result of low levels of water in their Konsobo and Bui dams, inadequate gas supply from Nigeria and the shutdown of some power generators. The unstable power situation compelled utility providers, Volta River Authority responsible for generating, Ghana Grid Company responsible for transmission, and the Electricity Company of Ghana responsible for distribution of power to embark on a load shedding exercise. The load shedding or the power ration exercise makes power available only at certain periods. According to the ECG, the exercise is dominant in the Greater Accra and Ashanti regions where power is highly consumed. And to enable Ghanaians to plan their lives, given the crisis, the ECG has come out with a periodic timetable subject to review for the load shedding exercise. With this schedule, consumers will enjoy 12 hours of power and go off for 24 hours. However, sensitive areas such as the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, the airport, the Flagstaff House and the Wager Treatment Plant are exempted from the schedule. Some consumers GBC 24 spoke to said they expected the time schedule to reflect in their bills, but they are paying the same bills and even more, yet they are not getting value for money.
I used to buy 30 Ghana cedis worth of credits for 30 days before the start of the load shedding exercise. But I still pay the same amount for 30 days, although we don't get power throughout the month these days.
I am currently paying what I used to pay before the load shedding, and it is really affecting my business.
And also affecting me because we are not light anymore or the so it has not reduced. It's even high now. Now it's very high. At first it was like 20 cedis a month, 30 cedis a month, but now it's 40, 45, 50.
It's very bad because the timetable is very inconsistent and also power supply is very erratic and very bad, and the bills don't come cheap nowadays because we expect with the load shedding the bill should come down, but there's no change in it.
First crown light near okay no not minimum say bill no.
When there was no load shedding, the bill was affordable, but now that there is load shedding, the bill has rather shot up.
Pricing first no. Oh, first cry at least up to me buy 7, 8. By then last this month we cry woman a baby 1.2. I mean TSS was adding to was it to me basa.
This man has a different story. He says he has seen changes in his bill.
Yeah, actually I'm using prepaid, and no power, no bill.
We saw the views of officials at the ECG on the issue.
Scientifically, that should not be the case. But let me add that people tend to change their lifestyles when the load shedding is on or when we are shedding load. Let's say that we all stay in a compound house. We are about 5 people using a particular meter. When the lights are on, I should be able to iron all my things within the shortest possible time in order to be able to get some dresses to wear when the lights are off. Again, people tend to use the items they have within their premises or within their houses in order to make sure that when the lights are on, they take advantage of the situation and make sure whatever they have to do, they do it. The fact that we are shedding load, they think once it comes, we should make use of it and make sure this period we enjoy the supply, and when it's off, it's off.
The public relations officer in charge of Accra West, Mr. Eric Asante, says consumers who experience changes in their bills or other issues concerning the power rationing should report at their offices.
But as I said, there should not be any scientific justification for that. Once you have less days of electricity, you should pay less. And once you have more days of electricity, you pay more. So anybody who has evidence of the fact that he used to pay maybe 20 Ghana cedis, but now that we are shedding load, he's paying more than 20 Ghana cedis. We will be happy to see that and carry out a technical audit to prove and find out exactly what the situation is and solve the problem.
The new timetable for the load shedding exercise has been imperative due to concerns raised by consumers about the unreliable nature of power supply from the ECG.